There is so much to do in life, but sometimes we don't realize that we are also humans. Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. Chen Yang here, and I hope you're all doing well. Now, if you are new here, welcome. I am an online female fitness and lifestyle coach, and I run the Level Up Academy program where we have an amazing community of ladies from all over the world. Now, in today's video, I wanted to go through different ways that we can prevent burnout and essentially looking at different ways that we can rest and recharge, because, you know, I think in today's modern world, we have so many external stresses going on, and especially if you are an ambitious female, which you probably are, you know, like it is so easy to pile on so much onto your plate because you want to do everything, right? And you have so many ambitions and so many goals. You're really driven. There is so much to do in life, but sometimes we don't realize that we are also humans, and we do have to take kind of, you know, day by day. We have to make sure that we are looking after ourselves as well, because we cannot pour from an empty cup. And, you know, I'm saying this because I have been there, right? I've been burnt out many times. You know, I used to wear it as a badge of honor, and it's still a process of getting used to. Like, it's still a process of understanding, okay, rest does not mean I'm weak, or rest does not mean that I'm not working hard enough, but rather, like, if you want to work smart and actually do more and be more productive and make more impact, it's actually more necessary that you are resting, because, you know, you're the vehicle for where your life goes, where your ambitions go. And if the vehicle is not well oiled and not well looked after, then it is only going to go so far, right? So I thought I'd put this together, and I hope that this is helpful for you guys. So number one, in terms of rest wise, I know that most of us will think of physical rest, right? And that is a form of rest. So making sure that we are, you know, getting 7 to 8 hours of sleep. Now, this doesn't mean 7 to 8 hours of just being in bed, but actually like being asleep. So this probably means you have to be in bed for a bit longer, because it's going to take a bit of time for you to kind of, you know, get into sleep and actually fall asleep, and then going through kind of different cycles if you wake up during the night as well. So it's important that we recognize it's not 7 to 8 hours of just being in bed, but rather actually, you know, having good quality sleep, 7 to 8 hours of good quality sleep. Now, another thing is also resting during the days, right? So if you are training, making sure you're not overdoing it. I do a lot of like consultation calls with clients who want to sign up, and when I talk to them about their exercise regime, or when they sign up and they have like an initial consultation form, I'll ask them to tell me, you know, what they've been doing. And most often than not, in most cases, you guys are doing so much. And obviously exercise is great for you, it's great for your health, but when you do too much, it kind of does the opposite, right? Like, you're not getting enough time to rest your body. Your body is not recovering from your exercise, and instead, you know, you're tired and you're fatigued, and you're wondering whether you can keep up fitness when you have all these other things going on. But it's not the, you know, workouts itself that's fatiguing you, but rather perhaps the amount you're doing, okay? Exercise itself should be actually giving you back more energy. It should be helping you to think better, to think clearer, to be more productive. But when you're overdoing it, it's going to do the opposite, right? Because your body is not getting the time it needs to rest. So physical rest is so important, guys. So I would aim for like maximum 5 days of working out. At least give yourself 2 days, if not one at least, to just fully rest. Like, you're not doing any sort of like cardio or like resistance training or anything. You are literally just having a day where your body's resting. Go out for some steps, get your steps and all that. That's great, but nothing else that's too strenuous, because your body does need time to recover. Now, number two is mental rest, okay? So what I mean by this is, if you have a to-do list that is currently in your head, put it down on a piece of paper so that you are taking it out from your brain, because there is only so much we can hold in our brains before you just feel completely burnt out, right? Because there's so much going on, there's so much noise. Put it out onto a piece of paper. Same thing with if you have ideas, or you suddenly remember something that you need to get done and it's the evening and you're supposed to be going to bed, write it down onto a piece of paper so that you don't feel like you're going to bed with the thought of, oh my gosh, I can't forget to do this tomorrow, you know, I have to do this tomorrow. Write it down and let it stay on that piece of paper. Now, the next thing you could try is also like meditating or journaling. Again, like, meditating is essentially allowing you to just have some more brain space, right? Like, not thinking about anything, just sitting there and really being aware of your senses, focusing on your breathing instead. It's very, you know, we don't get much time in the day where we're not having thoughts running through our heads, right? Like words or conversations and stuff. So meditating could be really beneficial there. Same thing with journaling, writing out your thoughts, your feelings, checking in with yourself. How am I feeling today? And rather than letting that internal dialogue go in your head, let it go into your journal and a piece of paper so that you can just just dump it all out. And again, that's going to save you so much brain space and give you that mental rest that is so needed as well. Next, number 3 is social rest. Okay, so take the time out to evaluate your friendships and the people around you. Some people around you are going to drain your energy, right? They're going to just take away all your energy when you see them, and you can probably realize that after you spend time with them, you feel exhausted. You actually haven't really gained much from, having a relationship with them, whether that's an intimate relationship or a friendship, like you don't actually get much out of it. The second type of friendship is actually those that give you more value back, right? More energy back. So these kind of relationships you obviously want to keep on to. So evaluate, the people in your circle and make sure they're people who actually uplift you and that they don't drain your energy. Another thing is, especially if you are more introverted, making sure you're blocking out time in your week to just be alone. Because I know how easy it is to feel demanded by so many different people during the work week, right? Because that is natural. You're going to have to interact with people at work. But that's why it's so important that when it comes to the weekend, that yes, maybe you want to see some friends, you want to go socialize, but you're also making sure to plan in some time for yourself to recharge your batteries, recharge your social battery. Because for a lot of introverts, what happens is, you start with say like 5 batteries, and then during the week, each interaction slowly drains each battery out. And you do need a time in the week where you are just sitting there by yourself and recharging. This may be the opposite for extroverts, right? Like for extroverts, maybe you need more people to recharge those batteries, and time alone kind of drains that energy. So it really depends on what kind of person you are. But I really do believe for anyone, the value of alone time, because again, it allows you to really sit with yourself and kind of understand where your needs are and perhaps how you're feeling so that you can avoid burnout. Now, number 4 is sensory rest. Okay, so this is maybe something you've never thought about, but when we look at our day-to-day lives, especially now that we are, surrounded by technology, a digital detox or just having some time in the day to just switch off and go away from your screen is going to be so helpful for you, especially to prevent burnout. Okay, because when you are constantly bombarded by notification, text, sounds, light from your screen, it's a lot to handle. Okay, especially for your senses. So often what happens is, we get to a point where it literally feels like if we get any more stimulus, we're going to like blow up, right? So make sure you either have maybe like settings on your phone switched on so that by a certain time of the day, your notifications switch off and the screen dims itself. Or perhaps it's about taking out some time in your day to remove your headphones, go for a walk maybe without music, and maybe one day without a podcast. Podcasts are amazing, but if again, like you're constantly bombarded with sounds, noises, people, it actually may be really valuable to go outside without the technology, without your music and your earbuds, and just listen to the birds or just listen to the stillness of the air. That really kind of just like grounds you again and just kind of like allows you to again recharge and just have some time in silence, which I think we don't get again enough in these days. Now, the final form of rest is spiritual rest. So, as human beings, naturally we get back so much value by helping others, by being a part of a community and doing things for the community. So maybe it could be a monthly thing, or maybe it could be, a weekend thing, but finding something to do that's involved within your community, that's you going out to help out others, is a great way for you to again take a step back from the things that perhaps bring you a lot of stress in life, that make you feel like you don't have things in control, and that maybe you're not able to create as much value as you like to. Go and do something for others, for the community, because that really allows you to feel super empowered firstly, but secondly also to know that you are making an impact. And I think as human beings, again, it's really rewarding knowing that you are doing something for others, knowing that you're able to make a positive impact to your community or to someone outside of your close circle. So if you don't do this already, give it a try. It could be volunteering at maybe your local garden to do some garden work. It could be maybe at the local markets. Whatever it is, doing something for someone else and getting involved in community work is such a great way to again prevent you from burning out from the kind of pace of everyday life, to get you to slow down and kind of recognize the beauty of other things in life. And that when you put things into perspective, sometimes the problems that we stress over about that's really leading us to burnout are very minuscule when we look at actually the kind of meaning of life and the kind of ability to create beauty and impact in life. Yeah, I think it really does put things into perspective there. So I hope that this was helpful in terms of kind of 5 key ways and areas that you can really rest and recharge. And please also use this as a reminder that burnout is not something to wear as a badge of honor. I know how easy that can be in today's era, and with the people I guess we surround ourselves with, the more I guess ambitious you are, the more you kind of almost feel like I need to be resilient. And a sign of resilience is if I can really push myself myself to that next level where I'm exhausted, I'm fatigued, I'm working myself into the ground, but that is, you know, success, or that's me creating a fulfilling life for myself. And look, like, I've been through so many cycles of that, and I'm still learning to this day, right? I think that's the beauty of being a human, is that you can always become better. And I'm still learning, and I'm still, you know, tripping up as I go and working myself a bit too much into the ground to realize then, okay, I need to stop. But I hope that this is also a reminder for you that, you know, if you struggle with this, you're not alone. And, you know, it's not going to be one of those things where you watch a video, you know, hear someone tell you to rest a bit more, and you're going to just accept it and be willing to do the work necessary to rest and just stop for a second, because I think that's actually harder sometimes. But it is just kind of a reminder that, hey, like, let's make slow progress, let's make small steps day by day to implement more of these types of rest into our life, to just become a bit more aware and conscious of the importance of this, and to really start ingraining these things into our life, because I know it's going to improve your life quality, it's going to improve your productivity, you know, the impact that you're making, your career progress, when you are actually looking after your body and your mental health and your well-being itself. So I hope this is helpful. If you guys have, you know, experienced sort of like similar things where you feel like you've run yourself to the ground and you've found ways to kind of help with that, let me know in the comments below. I'd absolutely love to know. And other than that, I hope you guys found this useful. If you did, make sure to give it a like and subscribe if you're new here, because it really does support the channel and I really do appreciate it. If you aren't over on the Instagram family just yet, come and join us. That's cz.fit, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!